Many lobstermen are feeling relief today, but it was a much different scene last night at a meeting for public comment over a new limit on their industry.
After a very heated debate, Commissioner Patrick Kelleher decided to pull that so-called gauge increase rule proposed by the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission, which, by the way, is the primary authority for managing lobsters all on the East Coast. It would have increased the minimum size lobsters could be harvested by a 1/16 of an inch. News Center Maine's Sam Olson was at that very contentious meeting.
Last night, lobster fishermen one by one said the regulation that would increase the minimum lobster size 1/16 of an inch would put some out of the business.
This is a heritage, this is history, and it doesn't just come with a job.
Lobstermen say increasing the minimum size requirement would be devastating to their livelihoods. Here's a lobster that meets that minimum size requirement right now. Its carapace is just barely 3 1/4 inches long. So if the minimum size requirement grew by 1/16 of an inch, this lobster may have to be thrown back. Lobstermen say that change would cut 20% of their catch right off the bat. They say the change would prevent them from catching and keeping lobsters that weigh less than 1.25 pounds. Those smaller lobsters are the most popular marketable sizes.
All these small lobsters, they're just going to get eaten by something else. We're not going to catch them. They're not going to still be there.
Many argue there are several other ways to protect the fisheries, and a gauge increase wouldn't protect it at all. The executive director of the Maine Lobstermen's Association, Patrice McCarran, says Maine lobstermen and Canadian lobstermen actually fish in the same waters in an area called the gray zone. She says the new size restriction would give those Canadian fishermen an unfair advantage over those from Maine.
In that area, this measure would have no conservation benefit at all because Maine lobstermen would catch them, put them back. Canadian lobstermen would catch them, land them.
Maine Department of Marine Resources Commissioner Patrick Kelleher's announcement last night came after his heated entrance about an hour into the meeting.
Sold out to no one in Canada.
Oh, f you. I sold out to no one.
Commissioner Kelleher then apologized for the outburst and announced he was going to pull the regulation.
At the end of the day, we need to do what's right for the industry in the state of Maine.
Kelleher says there is a risk, though, for not complying. He says the Secretary of Commerce could ultimately force the industry to comply or close the fishery, meaning they could stop any lobster from being exported out of Maine.
We feel that the consequences would be, far worse than anything else that we could bear.
In Augusta, Sam Olson, News Center, Maine.
Late last night, Congressman Jared Golden released a statement saying he is pleased with the department's decision to scrap the new size limit. As far as Commissioner Kelleher's expletive-laced outburst, which you heard today at an unrelated news conference, Governor Mills said he has apologized to the individual and that is fine with her. Meanwhile, a spokesperson with the Atlantic Fisheries Commission says they will likely discuss Maine's decision at their next board meeting. That is February 4th.